All's Fair episode 4, the show that's so bad you wonder if the cast have brain damage. No, seriously. Kim Kardashian is stunned to learn her brain has low activity. I'm less stunned.
How are you holding up, you poor discarded cumrag?
If you told me that Kim Kardashian had holes in her brain, I'd be like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense, actually. I didn't expect for it to be scientifically proven, though, let alone bragged about publicly. That's the kind of thing I'd keep secret.
Boy, do I love coming here, walking down that hallway, shaped like a clown's cervix.
Underwent a brain scan amid stress from robbery trial, bar exam, and Met Gala. She's trying to claim that her brain has low activity because she's studying for an exam. Surely that should be the opposite. No, you don't understand. The more I read, the more I become retarded. She cannot take it, Captain. Or maybe it's because after the video that was first published at the start of her career, she literally had her brains banged out of her. When her results came in, her doctor said she has a beautiful brain. Shame it's not as big as her arse, really, isn't it?
What are those holes?
Yeah, I don't like that.
I can't believe you don't like my holes. You're the first person to tell me that. What do you mean, doctor? They've been re-sewn.
So what the holes mean is...
We know what they mean. It means she's been finding herself. She's gone to travel the world and experience every side of it.
Is low activity.
To be fair, that is the expression of low activity. We didn't need a brain scan to work that one out. When she painted on her face, over her face, we knew there was low activity.
Compared to this one,
Wait, we get to see Kim Kardashian's brain? I didn't even think it existed. Oh my god, there are holes! There are huge holes! So okay, on the side view, you can see the brain, and then you're like, oh, okay, I'm assuming that this is skull. I hope this isn't brain as well. Otherwise, the entire exterior of it... No, that is brain. Look, there's the... No, it is just her brain. That's not her skull. Oh my... Look at this! There's nothing going on in most of her brain. But then on the top-down view, there's just big, massive gaps. Look at that! Oh my... Look! It's only this part of her brain is actually... I want to see a normal person's brain now. I need to compare. I want to compare it to an intelligent person and a normal one. Don't worry, Kim's got the bottom end, in every sense of the word. Maybe that's why her brain's not active. It's like all the blood supply had to rush to her arse.
the front part of your brain is less active than it should be.
You're a retard. She looks disappointed. There's no way she thought she was smart. I mean, come on. As you're pulling your hair back like some kind of weird cat creature, you should have realized you were a retard.
With your frontal lobes as they work now.
She probably thinks you're talking about her earlobes. She may not know what a lobe is. She may think you're talking about her labia.
It would be harder to manage stress, and that's not good for you.
Wait, this doctor's got a hearing aid in. That's not a dig at the doctor. I'm just surprised that he wanted to hear her. When Kim Kardashian's in the room, being deaf is a gift from God. It might be contagious, doctor. I think it has been for me.
Harder to manage stress.
She doesn't have stress. She has a Met Gala. The biggest problem in her life is what animals is she gonna wear today?
Actually, as you're studying and you're getting ready to take the boards.
That's just a bad pause. But I did like that he said getting ready to take the bar and not past the bar. She should be a barmaid.
That just can't be.
I don't know why American shows do this. Same on Your Big Brother. They just immediately cut over to the actor in a real life moment, rather than getting their thoughts at the time. But let's be honest, she doesn't have any thoughts. That's the entire problem with her brain cell. I kept injecting filler into my face. For some reason, it didn't fill in my brain.
Just can't. Not accepting.
Just live in a land of delusion, fantasy, and fabrication. Like your tits.
For whatever reason, you're not getting, and it could be the chronic stress.
What stress? The biggest problem she has to face every day is whether she's going to succumb to gravity. And I don't mean off a roof.
That you've been under trying to think about taking the boards in a couple of months.
The stress you might be under thinking about taking an exam. It's not even like learning to pass the exam. No, just thinking about taking it is enough to give you brain damage. Look, you've overloaded yourself, love. This isn't what you were made for. You were meant to be baking a cake, running around after a couple of children, and not having an arse the size of the moon.
And studying 10 hours a day.
10 hours a day? I don't believe she sorry. Studying for 10 hours for her isn't probably what I think it is. That's probably about 10 words. I don't believe she could even read a book for 10 hours, let alone study for 10 hours. She'd wear the end of her finger out. If she doesn't have a plaster on her index finger, I don't believe her.
Not to mention all the other things that go on in your life.
Like what? Makeup and trying to balance a champagne glass on her arse. Trying to work out why this one piece of hair is growing outside of her own hairline. I'm not knocking you, love. I sympathise. I'm just saying that's the biggest problem you have, isn't it? Aging.
But we have to make it better.
I gotta get on a plan.
It's her brain. You can't make it better. A plan. How do you want to stimulate brain activity more than actually studying for the bar? Use it or lose it. She's already using it. She just doesn't have much of it.
Figure this out because I have some to do this summer.
What if there just isn't enough blood flow for both ends of your body? I mean, look, love, I sympathise. But you've shoved enough silicon in yourself to be embalmed. If you're as smart as Skynet, you might actually classify for the first inhuman Terminator.
The 600 series had rubber skin. We spotted them easy.
She's an early model. I just don't think there's any coming back from that. I think all of this is meant to be active. And look, there's big holes! Look at that! What does this do? Or meant to do? And that, if that's the front, there's just huge gaps where the stuff meant to be. Look at this! There's a big gaping hole in the middle of her brain. It's shriveled. Dude, I want a brain scan now. It's only small, it'll be cheap. This is like when a load of Redditors went for brain scans and found out they were missing huge parts of their brain. They posted it on Reddit, only to have other people go, oh yeah, me too, bro, me too. They were shocked at this. No one else was. For most people, it just explained everything. I'd take that to my grave after donating my brain cell to science. The main thing I took out of it is not that stereotypes are obviously correct. It's that I think all's fair makes you retarded. By the time I finish these episodes, I'm gonna join Kim Kardashian in having brain damage. But I'm just gonna continue on doing exactly what I've always done, because you know what? I'm just not accepting it. But there is a positive message that we can take from this, and that is, if Kim Kardashian can pass the bar with holes in her brain, which would explain why she blamed psychics for failing last time, and ChatGPT, then we can all do it. I mean, I may be thick as pig shit, but at least I've never been stupid enough to go and get a scan to prove it. I just need the world to know. I have to tell the press about this. I'd take that to my grave after donating my brain cell to science. But let's get stuck in. The episode starts with everything you expect to make these used up tarts feel less miserable. Put on music. An ocean of caviar. I know what you're thinking. That's for two. No, in fact, from the hands, you can probably work out which cast member this is. There's no way she only eats that much calories. Then I noticed there was another bowl. She lights candles, presumably made from her own fat. Oh look, there's another plate. She'd definitely make more than 4, by the way. And copious amounts of wine. I'm surprised she didn't get a job at Twitter.
Welcome to a day in my life as a Twitter employee. Had some red wine that's on tap.
All in all, I thought this was very realistic. Especially the wine. The only thing that was really missing was a side plate for her SSRIs. I can't help noticing there isn't another placement at this table. There's a lot of plates of food, though, just so we're aware. I'm wondering if she needs to reactivate her brain as well, you know, just largely to burn more calories. She's oh no! The children have come home and they can't hear. It's night time. They won't believe I'm mowing the lawn. They hear a 6-stroke motor going off in my bedroom. They realize there's a lot more than 6 strokes going on. Oh, that's what's coming. I was about to vibrate faster than the Flash. I was going to go through walls and travel back in time. How am I supposed to do that with my turkey baster brats?
Y'all left for Coachella an hour ago.
He's like, eggs, not yours. Luckily, unlike the rest of the cast, you used yours. That's why our Thanksgiving is so delicious.
Mama, Kendrick Lamar and Lil Baby don't go on until midnight.
I have no, I listened to him, I have no idea what he said.
Mama, Kendrick Lamar and Lil Baby don't go on until midnight.
I don't know. I'm supposed to believe that this guy can get into MIT.
We are not sent to Mumford and Sons yet.
I had Mumford and Sons.
You can hook up with your sneaky link, Mr. Late Night.
Hey! We're gonna get out of here so you can be a whore. Tell you what, you can take him out of the gutter.
Hey, Mr. FBI, CIA, and NSA.
That explains why the country's gone to shit. I always thought one of the key aspects of the intelligence services was meant to be intelligence.
How many place settings do you see?
1, and a rabbit.
And what you all dressed up for?
And why you got the candles and the fancy food?
Why do you... This is how you were conceived. But if you want the honest answer, desperation. Just be glad you weren't there for when she talked about how she paid the men to feel her up.
You're all up in my business. business.
I thought being all up in your business was the point of this evening.
I deserve all of this.
I agree. You deserve to be a lonely... I think the scene speaks for itself. I'm just saying there probably is some kind of mental reason why she put so many eggs on that plate. Also, there's no way she could sit in front of food this long and resist shoving it in a gob. I don't believe it. But she's like, you're all leaving the house. And that means I don't have to do a load of work.
I don't have to clean up no messes, wipe asses.
If she has to wipe their arse at 18, explains a lot, doesn't it? And also proves he couldn't get into MIT. He doesn't even know how to scrub his own backside.
I plan on living in a manner worthy of my station.
She sure does. Lonely, depressed, alcoholic, that's what she's worth. But they're like, Mom, I know we joke around, but you really do need to get one slung up here. I've been in this house with 18 years of testosterone and I'm not after any more. All I want is Elon to make his cat girls and I'll be happy.
Get up, get out. You killing my vibe, all right?
There's certainly a vibe going on in this room, or there's about to be. Can you leave, please? I'm about to vibe.
Me and Teddy B had a thing going on.
I don't know who Teddy B is. I can only assume he's underneath the table.
Get your hand back and get out.
He does look like the kind of man that has a handbag. I'll give her that one. She knows him better than me. I mean, she doesn't know their father because he came out of a turkey baster. But also, that's expected anyway. But as they leave, she begins to enjoy herself. All I want to do is make love to you. You heard that music. But I was gonna say, begins to enjoy herself. After she's got so drunk, she forgets who she is. If I was her, I'd drink too. Although I'm English, and the English have been binge drinking for 2,000 years. No one is really sure how the British love affair with alcohol began. Stone Age beer jugs have suggested that we were intentionally fermenting alcohol as early as the Neolithic period, 12,000 years ago. We probably filtered the wheat husks out with our teeth. We've always been a sophisticated nation when it comes to drink. What's her excuse?
Last night, the boys went out.
That's a euphemism I've not heard before. Normally, the boys would be going in.
And it was just me and Buzz. I was...
Do you need to give it a nickname? That's the thing. Didn't put much thought into it, I know. But given this cast, we already know they've got holes in their brains. I'm not expecting much.
Screaming, thank you, Jesus, so loud. The good Lord himself looked down on me.
And went, ew, why? I've always thought this. If he is omnipresent, no wonder he needs the patience of a saint. You can imagine how many ugly people he's got to see with nothing on. He has to witness every single thing. People gurning from around the world. And if you're like, oh, I've got to listen to this prayer, and it just turns out they're bumping uglies. It's a good job he's in heaven, because otherwise he'd probably send himself there. No wonder they flooded the earth. Look, I just want a few centuries peace, all right.
He said, baby, you're welcome.
He didn't. He went, ew, put it away. It is actually surprising how in this freeze frame, she looks remarkably like Glenn Close in a wig. Uh-oh, is that a wrinkle or a vein there, love? You probably want to get some more of that botulism. To the botulism-mobile.
And I didn't have to make him dinner or nothing after.
You wouldn't anyway. He'd be asleep after that ordeal. He'd want to be unconscious as a self-defense mechanism.
Does he care about you?
Jesus, that's more savage than I was. I'm just insulting her, but you made her want to top herself. You're a miserable cow though, aren't you? This is coming from the woman that turned down a proposal.
He won't remember your birthday or what food you like to eat.
Well, that didn't last long, did it? I thought she was going somewhere important, but no, she's a shallow cow as well. Don't puck her up, love. Your filler will knock her out from across the table.
Or spend my money or give me grief.
Yeah, and I can tell you're so frugal with your money, it matters.
All he needs is his batteries changed every once in a while.
That's the same for a bloke, really. It's just with his, you change them with your mouth. But Kim Kardashian's like, I still believe, even after my divorce, a life with someone's better than alone.
You know that deep inside.
She probably realizes it when something's deep inside, but apart from that, I don't think she's self-aware. She's like, I used a turkey baster for my kids. Precious time on an app, swiping. Firstly, they'd have to swipe me back. But secondly, there is not a single thing that she's ever done in her entire life which is even remotely significant, let alone important enough that she could waste it. So they hate dating, and why basically elucidates their own personalities more than anything else.
All that incessant game playing.
Yeah, game playing isn't a part of dating, love. That's just something that you do personally. And if you stopped it, everyone would be happier. This is a you problem. Men don't play games.
Wondering about how to act. The fact that you have to act.
Again, that's a you problem. If you're so repulsive as a person that other people can't stand your presence and you have to put forward a fake persona, that's a you problem. Just be an arsehole publicly. It works for me.
I mean, worrying about coming off as too successful.
I'm really glad I didn't pause that at the wrong word.
Or not successful enough. It's a minefield.
What do you mean not successful enough? Your success is irrelevant. You're the person that thinks that's important because that's what you want, but nobody else cares. They would have preferred that you were 20. But she said, determined to be miserable and single until you guys forced me to go on a date, and now I've found a husband that I scared away. And look, he's rich. Yeah, all the problems of their own making. So she's like, yeah, I can get a massive rock. That's what's important to me. And Kim pounces on her, for some reason with her own phone, and be like, look, you can swipe on mine. You'll get more hits if you've got my face.
Start sorting through hay.
Although that would be quite the catfish. And we know it's Kim's phone because that's hers.
Power couples aren't born, they're matched. I will throw up on this table.
You and me both. Although when I watch this show, that's just a general sense. So she's like, this dating app's filters. There's only rich men on there that we can predate on. But when I'm in a bar, I can see what he's like. I can check chemistry without wasting my Saturday night, which I normally spend trying to accelerate my lower half fast enough to phase through walls.
But I do like the old-fashioned way.
The turkey baster disproves that one, doesn't it? But she knows a friend who throws single parties and they make her go.
It's this weekend.
Oh, you're going. I think I'll have just enough time to get you ready by then.
This weekend? You have just enough time by this weekend? Yeah, it takes me 17 hours to do my own makeup, but with you, it's gonna take at least 4 days. I've already ordered an 18-wheeler truck. It'll be here with the pallets soon. No, that's just the foundation to fill in the canyons in your face.
Okay, Queen, so what's the vibe we're going for?
Anything not battery-powered.
What kind of milkshake brings the boys to the yard?
Youth. Fertility.
My vibe at work is always contingent upon my
batteries.
Clients to look like I run the world or care about the world.
What's your current one? Looks like a magic eye puzzle.
Power, compassion, Beyonce, Michelle Obama.
Well, now you bring up, actually, the last one.
But when I get ready to get dressed for...
Oh, never do that again. And what do you mean, dress up for, like, you do it in your own home, nobody sees you. You're probably in an oversized hoodie and pajamas.
Well, because dressing for
Can we stop doing that, please? Put it away, Granny.
isn't about presenting as anybody. It's about presenting as you.
Do they even know the biological definition for presenting? Presenting. She presents herself in front of the male, signaling her readiness to mate.
Revealing the inner emerald green.
You certainly reveal your insides, I'll give you that one. Although if it's green, I'd definitely go to a doctor.
Okay, now this is giving.
I don't even know what that means.
Giving a little mystery.
Darling, there is no mystery in that dress. I can see everything. I can see you through both layers of it.
But a little fun. What do we think?
That was my face. Except I've got bigger tits.
Sit down in this thing, I would literally reveal the inner emerald green.
How am I supposed to make jokes when they make them in the show? Come on. But of course, Kim, she's just after a big rock.
You need this.
That's a really loose definition of the word need. I know she has to consume a lot of calories in a day, but I don't think she can process that. That's not the only thing that we won't be able to process, though.
Mom!
It's like a jump scare. What you needed there was a concave mirror, because it bends the light and makes shit. So she walks out in front of her kids who are supposed to have left, and she's like, look at me. There's a reason I got this oversized hallway to make me look slimmer.
In these
Don't wolf whistle your mom, you disgusting cretins.
You look bangable.
What?
Oh, this explains a lot, doesn't it? She should not be that happy that her son wants to bend her over a table.
Don't say that to your mama. But thank you.
Oh! This is the only guy that has a normal reaction to that comment. The back one finds it funny, the front one's pleased with himself, and he's depressed. This isn't Alabama. Mind you, it probably is Portland, so, you know, swings and roundabouts. So they have a load of food and drink because they're going camping.
I'm off.
Ooh. I'm surprised she knows how to curtsy, to be honest.
I'm about to get it on. Hey, mama about to get it on. Hey.
Oh, this is repulsive. You can make people as rich as you want, but they're still peasants, aren't they? Is there anything more disgusting than new money?
Hey, mama about to get it on. Hey, mama.
My mum's a whore. Oh, it's just the waves of low class radiating from the screen.
You know what? Stop.
Just a complete lack of civilization. Like, just pure savagery.
Meet the Hag Maxers.
She's probably going to come back to bunting. Congratulations on getting laid. At least she's in a 4x4, though. We know it can cope. So she goes to the party. Everyone's drinking. She walks out in a dress made of presumably reinforced steel. Gotta contain those calcium cannons. She meets her friend, who's the one who organized the event.
Girl, you better eat. Eat.
Oh, all these people are supposed to be wealthy. Can you at least give them a bit of class. But as she looks around the room,
Since who are over the apps and who've been there.
she notices the first man that's looking at her, and she's like, oh, that'll do. I've walked into a room, 5 seconds, seen the first guy that's interested, and I've got high standards, you know, I'm just gonna go with him.
It's a good vibe.
I do love a good vibe.
Oh god, has she brought batteries in her handbag? She's just gonna get on the bar and start doing it right there. That'll impress everybody. Already she's like, look, that guy's looking at me, that'll do. Look, there is this person here who's younger and clearly more attractive than you. But I'm gonna look at you anyway. She doesn't find this suspicious. I could spend what is quite a lot of time and effort with this one. Or I could slum it for the evening. Which would you prefer? Slum it is.
He's hag-maxing. Educate yourself.
Okay.
You've walked into the room, found a guy in 3 seconds. Go on, love. It'll be a short party for you.
Bye.
So with that, she walks over to him.
Hi.
I knew you were easy, love, but I thought it'd take more than 3 seconds. Now, it turns out all of this is part of a plan. If you're thinking he's way out of her league, it seems he knew that as well. He's intentionally come to this party to meet her. So she's desperate to go, I'm not making the first move, I'm not desperate. Those aren't batteries in my handbag.
I guess you're just the best thing here I've seen to look at.
Is that the best line you could come up with?
No, it's the best lie he could come up with.
This is the great American hag-maxer.
You've got eyes, Anakin. Search your heart. You know it to be true.
Sorry, I couldn't help it. Sue me.
Be careful what you wish for.
Ooh. And their eyes met across legal paperwork.
This is the show of legal paperwork.
But he goes off to fetch her a drink.
What's your poison?
He means that literally, by the way.
Amaretto sour.
I think she does as well, although I expected more bitterness than sour, to be honest. As she walks over as he picks up the drink, she takes it, and, well, everything goes downhill from there. She doesn't dance. Well, okay, she does dance, but only briefly. Let's just say the low-class behavior continues, shall we? Until she starts to feel odd, blurry. Her mind goes. She can't focus on anything. And he's clearly put something in her drink. We see ripped tights. There's injuries. And she wakes up feeling like arse. Now, at this moment, my first thought was, why? She was already into him. It's odd for him to have done that in the first place. And he could have done it to anyone at that party, and he chose the person who is into him. But it turns out it is a targeted attack. And I don't actually think that what it implies at the start happened to her. Now, he did rough her up, throwing her around. She kicks him on the floor, and she remembers running to the bathroom. We also see rope in her future. A bit more dancing. She may have even suggested it herself. But as she can't remember what exactly happened in the evening, she calls the police and goes in to get tested. Now, they say the results of the kit will take a few weeks to come back, but as far as any physical examination goes, we can't see any signs that anything happened. There's no signs of trauma or injury, and so there's no physical evidence to prove that it happened.
Let me emphasize, this does not invalidate what you say happened.
I don't know.
This is why I don't think anything happened, combined with what we find out later in the episode, as he's not even actually after her. But when she goes to phone Kim and the rest of them for backup, she even finds the extremely expensive jewelry in her purse. Again, it's strange priorities. Someone would do this, break the law, but not steal the jewelry worth tens of thousands of dollars. He's the pickiest criminal ever.
I don't know what happened. I can't remember it.
It's a bit heavy for episode 4, don't you think, scriptwriters? But with that, the trio arrive. Find out that she definitely had something slipped in her drink. It was his own custom cocktail.
So something did happen. But what?
And again, that's why I don't think anything actually happened, because they keep going, what happened? When any normal person in this situation would assume it's happened to them. You wake up in bed, you're tied to it. I mean, it is also weird he untied them, man.
It's going to be somebody's last moment on Earth if I have anything to say about it.
Well, I mean, she was the one that kept threatening to be a hitman and say she knew people. So he probably does have legitimate reason to be afraid.
We will not let this go. Justice will be served one way or the other.
Ah, not by the police. I think she's going to do it herself. But she says, I just want to forget all of this ever happened. Look, Kim, I told you.
See, I told you. Dating is not for me.
This is one thing I don't think is a you problem, nor does it reflect on dating. I mean, I know the demographic that this show's aimed at, and it's like, no, don't worry. You're better off being miserable and alone on SSRIs. Don't go looking out there for the men. And so it showed somebody dating, and it went, this is what'll happen to you. I'm just saying, I don't think this is a standard occurrence. Maybe it is in California, I don't know. It probably is in Hollywood. I could see it happening in Hollywood. Basically, there's a lot of people in California I wouldn't trust around a drink.
Are you sure you're okay to do this?
I'm fine.
Yeah, it is a bit awkward, isn't it, given how you've shaped that hallway? You've made it look like a light, with the first word being one letter different than flash.
Work is a welcome distraction.
And with that, she just gets back on the horse. It's a shame she doesn't have anything more in her life than her career, really, but, you know, modernity. If only she had a husband, none of this would have ever happened. So they meet another divorcee trying to steal from her man. But she says, I'm surprised I'm here. It was supposed to be just an easy divorce. Yeah, for you, love, because for her, the difficulty would come after she's decided to split up. Be able to find an ex-husband in McDonald's.
The shark who's convinced him that he's entitled to more than half of my business.
How dare he? That's their job. In previous episodes, they've done the exact same thing to multiple women, but the moment it's done the other way around, it's like, a man wants more than half? The scum! But her husband says he's entitled to a business because he essentially paid for it. When she started it, he's the one that kept her. And they find out the lawyer that convinced him.
How are you holding up, you poor discarded cumrag?
We're definitely not intimidated.
That's because you don't have the brain capacity to be intimidated, love. It actually requires a decent amount of intelligence to realize where you are in the intelligence hierarchy. You have holes in your brain. We had to invent a second chart for you.
I moved from Microsoft to Google. I was a software engineer and he was a coder.
I was a DEI hire and he was a coder. You even knew how he'd look, right? That's what a coder looks like. That's what a DEI hire at Google looks like. No, the one on the left. I could look at him and think, yeah, he plays World of Warcraft.
It's like I can see us growing older in the future. You, me, our kids.
Oh, he's perfect. He's rich, intelligent, successful, won't cheat on you, he'll be too busy gaming, and wants kids. What could possibly go wrong?
I'm not actually sure I want kids.
Her. It's always them. It's a her problem.
Really? How can you not want kids?
There's about 5% of women throughout all of history that didn't want kids. The number's extremely stable across time. Until feminism, and then they started having careers.
So that was the first clue that there might be a possible problem.
Might be a possible problem. The most significant decision you can possibly make in your life, and you're like, ugh, I told you, DEI hire. She's too thick to be a coder.
But it seemed innocuous at the time.
It's innocuous. It only kill babies. You know, it's not a big deal.
Beautiful, badass, tech maverick, and her very own disruption hub.
Notice how he said a lot of words, but no actual content there. Maybe it's better they didn't have kids. He'd have a hole in his brain as well.
Change the world, babe.
By having a kid in it, what else is she going to contribute? I've invented a new cheek filler.
Formulated from salmon sperm. And then...
My health platform just exploded.
It's sulfuric acid. It's not semen.
You have a health platform. Even your mental state isn't healthy, let alone the rest of you.
And Maddie couldn't have been happier for me or prouder.
See, the guy's perfect.
Except for this one small thing.
It's not small. It's supposed to be your womb that's Detroit, not your skull. So then we have a scene I absolutely can't show you, and I didn't want to see either. Let's just say I've seen parts of him that really should have been kept in private. But he's like, I just want to do it once. She makes him stop, and he feels utterly rejected because she rejected him.
He just became obsessed.
I can't believe he became obsessed with the only thing he's been put on this planet to achieve. Should be less thinking about why it's weird that he wants to have kids and what's wrong with you. So he starts telling her stories, trying to get her, and he's trying to convince her rather than cause a divorce because he wants to be with her. And she's just like, oh, I can't believe somebody might actually achieve their purpose in life.
She only took like 6 weeks off and is already back at the office now.
He's even trying to compromise. Look, I know you care about your pointless career that never achieves anything, but you can still be useless and have kids.
But Brad says that
I don't really care what Brad says.
I don't really care about you either, to be honest. Why couldn't you been the one that jumped off our roof? The other one might have actually been productive in society.
This just sort of stopped.
I mean, that makes a lot of sense, right? I mean, suddenly when he realized it was pointless, he didn't want to do it anymore when I kept rejecting him. I think this is meant to be showing her in a good light, but she's an evil cow.
Like he saw no reason to be close to me anymore.
There literally isn't a reason.
Became this person who could give him what he wanted, but wouldn't.
That is literally what you are.
I can't take it anymore.
What do you mean you can't take it? You're the problem. I mean, to be fair, there's no way you could have solved this problem by now anyway. This was a problem for 25 years ago. I'm surprised he's waited this long to get a divorce.
I'm clearly not enough.
Yes.
What I've done, what I have given him.
You haven't given him anything. That's literally the problem.
It's not enough.
No, because the only thing you have is money.
Punished for the one thing that I wouldn't give him.
It's the only thing you could give him. I'm sorry, is he supposed to be satisfied with a pizza? Every single cell in your body has only evolved to breed. Your personality, your behaviors, your instincts are to survive and then pass them on to the next. Survival of the fittest implies that your genetics have to be fit in order to be passed down. Every single person, all of your ancestors led to you. They've all done the thing you wouldn't do, and your greatest achievement in life is being a genetic dead end. It's not as if he didn't tell you at the start, love.
The one thing that would have made him whole, that would have made him love me.
Oh no, he loved you. That's why he stayed with you this long. He was hoping that you'd grow up. He was hoping that you'd stop indoctrinating yourself with an evil ideology and actually, mature into an adult.
And the sad part is,
You. It's you.
I still feel guilty.
Good.
Because I know women who want nothing more than have a baby.
Oh, that's Kim. She's gonna give birth to a little lump of silicon of her own. It must be weird being Kim Kardashian as a mother, though. You know, all the family come round and they're like, oh, look, he's got your nose, he's got your lips, he's got your cheekbones. She'll look at her own baby and go, he doesn't look anything like me.
I refuse to have one.
I mean, when even your own genetics are gone, this should just be it for me. I mean, anyone so stupid to be taken in with this ideology should probably just not breed. So, well, who am I to argue with thousands of years of evolution and your own biological instincts? Maybe it's for the best. So she says, look, I want to be fair to him, but it feels like you're being punitive, just because I wouldn't fulfill my only biological role.
For having chosen to do something that was right for me, rather than pleasing a man.
It's the only reason you're on the planet, love. I think we're actually wrong with the Titanic. It shouldn't have been women and children. It should have been mothers and their children. At that point, it's like, okay, now we can have the ones who want to breed and then the men that can make them. I would have left you back on the boat.
Carol, you were and are entitled to do with your body whatever you choose.
Oh yeah, you're perfectly entitled to make awful decisions. And I'm perfectly entitled to laugh at them.
The law is on your side. Make no mistake about that.
Oh yeah, but that's because it's biased, unfair, and she's got a minge. But when she's pointless and privileged, it begs the question, why? Maybe things should be changed.
Our job is to make sure it stays there.
It's our job to exploit a flawed system for our own benefits. Heroes!
Boy, do I love coming here, walking down that hallway shaped like a clown's cervix.
I wanted that clip last week. It must have been in a trailer that I'd missed. She's my favorite character and the hero of the piece.
Just to come here and make your life a living hell.
And I'm here for it. They're making mine one, why not them?
Laura, that weight you've put on since Chase dumped you is hardly noticeable.
That should be a thumbnail. I just wish it was a close-up.
It's a good thing you're so thin these days. Less space for your personality.
Her personality is in her brain. You remember that, don't you, Kim? The personality is in your frontal lobe. One of the many parts you've got holes in.
Less space for your personality.
Beef curtains.
I don't even need a retort. I'm just going to call you beef curtain. When she goes into it, my client's entitled to half due to Californian law and the property, plus spousal support at $20 million a year. I always thought divorce courts were bad here, but finding out that in America, when you get divorced, you have to pay them for the rest of eternity blew my mind. I don't know why it's not a bigger issue over there, to be honest. So she said there was a breach in the marital agreement. When you get married, kids are supposed to be part of that agreement, and she broke it, that she committed fraud.
Not to mention emotional distress.
Spousal support because she didn't want kids.
We are
based. I mean, look, she wanted to spend time on her career, but now she gets to put that money to good use.
breakdown of trust and her destruction of community property.
She talks a lot of sense. Clearly the hero.
You can call a human life property.
Well, they would, because otherwise they wouldn't be able to murder it without consequences.
She didn't tell you. I love surprises. I'm talking about the baby she killed.
Yeah, she did get pregnant. All that lovey-dovey stuff, all the stuff she killed, I'm a victim. Well, no, actually, she should be having life in prison, thank you very much.
When she was 3 months preggers 10 years ago without telling him.
Whoops. And so he found out, wanted a divorce, and wants to take her for as much as he can in the court in a punitive manner. Who are the good guys in this scenario? The people defending the murderer, or the ones trying to prosecute them in the only way that's possible in this, quite frankly, incredibly messed up and worthless system?
Last I checked, it was still legal in this state.
Yeah, that's the problem.
And she didn't need anybody's goddamn permission.
But she should. She murdered his baby and he had no say in it, and you're like, that's a good thing! I've got a minge!
Little Miss Mogul couldn't sacrifice her big shot career or her 24-inch waist.
She was so shallow, pointless, and worthless in life, she deliberately and intentionally harmed the man. So this continues with her just slapping him round the face with facts and logic. Well, they're just sitting on the other end going, we're evil, we're evil. Fly, my pretties, fly! So she says her board of directors, look, they're not lunatic Californians like the rest of them. They're from Silicon Valley. She doesn't seem to realize that that's not what Silicon Valley is. Silicon Valley would be all for this. When it was on about getting banned, they were going to pay to have them driven across state lines to another place where they could get it legally. These people are nowhere near as moral as she's describing them. Costs a lot of money when one of your staff has a baby. That's why they convinced them they shouldn't have them. But she's like, the board wouldn't agree. She'll lose a lot more than the 20 million a year alimony that we're asking for. And so, essentially, blackmails them from the good, moral, and just position, which I'm not even sure could be called blackmail then, can it? This is essentially speaking truth to power. She is leading the revolution against the evil empire.
Time for the victimization of men to be recognized.
She's like, what? Do you not understand? We've created this system deliberately. Don't you sit there and tell me I shouldn't be able to persecute one of them.
Not the only ones to suffer abuse. Plenty of women inflict it.
I just want to reaffirm how evil this situation they've created in this episode is. The supposed villain, who is the hero, but they think from their perspective, she's the villain, to represent men, provide a just and reasonable cause, which is absolutely morally correct, and put that as the evil position. And the only way they could try and counter it, to try and balance it out, is to have her speaking to a woman about the persecution of men to somebody who was assaulted by one. That's the only way they could defend their own actions. They're essentially pitching it off so he deserves what happened to him because of what happened to her. It's like, oh no, I know you've all got holes in your brains the size of your brain, but that's not how morality works, dear. That's why you leave it to your betters to comprehend it. So she's like, you think we asked for it? We asked to be taken advantage of? It's like, darling, dear, I know you're thick and self-obsessed, but this isn't about you. This is about the baby who isn't here anymore. Even her own friend is like, shut up, you stupid tart. She has no idea what's happened, by the way, unless there's a twist and she's responsible for it, obviously.
I apologize.
Wow, that's the first bit of class she's shown all episode.
Ain't menopause a bit.
She should know.
You have any compassion
For you two and your coat hanger loving client? Nope.
Best character in the show.
Tell Emerald to try Estroven. Works wonders on mood swings.
She's perfect. Can you imagine what this show would be like without the hero?
Good afternoon. Where are we flying to today?
Just randomly does it to everybody. Who get a scene though? I shouldn't have let you been in there. You're obviously under stress. You should take time off work. Yeah, time to catch the guy that did it. So they gather all the crew together to hunt him down. For some reason, they think that they can track him down faster than people they're actually trying to track him down. They get the guest list of people that RSVP'd from the host. They go through all the pictures of there because he may not have RSVP'd. He could have turned up as a +1.
All we have to do is find his...
I've got a tap with the ends of my hands so my nails don't get in the way of me actually doing work. I'm sure she's very productive. And they find him. Now, this is a strange picture because this is clearly from the actual recorded show, which we saw earlier. This is the picture taken from her perspective when she enters the room. It was meant to be from her eyes. And they're like, look, we've got some camera footage of it. Yeah, but it was supposed to be her. She goes through, somehow gets people's Ring cameras from their door, and eventually finds a video of his car.
got you.
But as he drives off, yeah, you can't see it.
Guys like a phantom. Nothing but dead ends.
Or you're just terrible at your jobs. Well, it's not even your job, is it? You're lawyers. If I needed your advice on how to rip off a man, I'm sure you'd be experts at it. Just not investigative work.
So what's next?
There is something. There's always something.
She's like a little Confucius, isn't she? What's next in time? There's always more time. Something always happens. She's like Septic Peg. But when she's home, she gets messages on her phone. Fun hanging with you last night. And I think that was largely because he gagged her and she couldn't talk. That causes them to meet up at the lawyer's office again. Kim Kardashian comes in looking like a French painter from the 1940s.
I know you all are concerned.
That outfit looks like a lot of things, but concerned isn't one of them. Well, they say they ran the photos through some like AI algorithm to upscale it, and I just love their description.
In the corner of the frame, barely visible, just sticking out underneath the bed.
The person that took the photograph, you should have given him that description when he set the scene. You know, in the corner of the frame, they mean in the center of it, just barely sticking out from under the bed, he means in full view, very obvious.
An envelope.
An envelope. A whole stack of letters.
An envelope. A blur.
A blur. Oh yeah, look at that blur. You can barely make out that's even an envelope. You certainly could never make out that address by, I don't know, zooming in on them. It's not a crystal clear picture.
But now, an address.
She literally just zoomed in on the picture. Zooming in is apparently now running it through an AI algorithm to clean it with software. She put it in Paint and pressed Control+. I'm a tech genius! So with that, they find out the house address. From the property records, they find out that a guy lived there who topped himself. But even today, his son lives at the same address. His 43-year-old single son. It's the guy. This guy was so stupid, or intentionally set it up, that he drugged someone, took them back to his own home, rather than hers, where he knew where she lived, and had her keys, and then left letters next to the pictures with his own address on. I'm like, come on, this is seeming a bit stupid. If all of this isn't a setup, these scriptwriters are morons. Because it's so obvious and easy to track, it comes across as a setup. Now, it turns out that she sued his father because he was running a Ponzi scheme, and it's her prosecution that made him top himself in the first place.
Bankrupted his company. It destroyed his credibility.
I mean, it was a Ponzi scheme. I don't care.
This guy went after me to get to you?
I mean, yes, but he was running an illegal Ponzi scheme. She was enforcing the law, and you're lawyers. So it would be really stupid for you to blame her for that. It's not her fault in any way, shape, or form.
This is a man who's playing the long game. He wants it to hurt.
I mean, now we're just guessing based off zero evidence.
His father's death hurt him.
Look at you, Black Dick Tracy.
Wait, you can't get away with that. Not when you took offense at the other woman doing it.
Black May West.
I won't accept it's okay when we do it. But she's meeting with her old partner in the force. I just want to know that you've arrested him.
We can't arrest the guy.
Because there's no evidence. All we've got are some photos of you at the party, dancing with him consensually, and that's it. She's like, but there's a toxicology report. Yes, but there's no proof that he gave you those toxins. And those pictures of you, they could have been something that you wanted, especially considering how forward she was to him at the party. And he's like, maybe we'd have more evidence if you had a clearer memory of the event. You're just gonna let this animal go free? And yet he is constrained by the law, the same way that her victims are constrained by the law and her own officers.
Thanks a lot, partner.
She expects her friends to break the law for her, because that's what she does in her career. Back at her house, and her turkey bases have arrived, or at least the products of them. They're like, oh, look at you, you look great. You've either got a second date or a new multi-saver pack from Amazon. They notice there's something off with her, and she decides to tell them everything about what happened that night. Probably for the best. If the guy is trying to make it hurt as much as possible, their phones would be getting the pictures next.
Sit down. I'm right here and I'm okay.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna take that, though.
A stranger took me to his home. He photographed me.
See, at this point, even they're just going, it was photographs. I'm a bit confused why it didn't go further. Maybe we find out later. It seems like an odd story choice to have your villain go, I want it to hurt, but not too much.
All right, Mom, this dude picked the wrong woman, all right?
Hey.
And he's in low IQ and impulsive enough that he might just do something about it. I'm surprised his only script lines aren't hold the door.
You can't just walk in somebody's house and arrest them.
Oh, you weren't saying that 5 minutes ago, were you? When you were attacking your own friend.
You gotta have evidence, specific evidence.
So you attack your friend, make him feel like crap, and then later agree with him. It's like, you're a horrible friend. We're like, you're not gonna do anything. You're gonna let him get away with it. And he's just quietly pissed at the table, and you know what they say? It's always the quiet ones. And remember, he's the guy that's got a handbag. So he's camp, emotional, and can't control himself. He also decided to hug her from behind two men. He's not even hugging her at that point.
Slapped across the face for wearing that nauseating perfume that makes you smell like a litter box.
I just want to know whether In-Law, the character, comes up with this stuff in advance, or it's top of her head. Thing is, she has to revisit the offices, and she's pissed. Remember the kind of show it is? Obviously, the lawyers couldn't lose one of their cases to a man, of all things.
That's bitter. Just like the women who own this joint.
Is she wrong? However, she's here to tell them that they won. Her client has dropped all the charges. He's not going to do any punitive things. He doesn't even want anything in the divorce anymore. She tried to convince him to continue, but he just didn't care.
He's not asking for a single cent from the woman who murdered his child without bothering to mention there was one.
Because he probably knew it was lost cause. The entire legal system is set up to be deliberately against him.
What precipitated this change?
He won. Even after that spiteful cow, he still won.
He knocked up his girlfriend.
Bitch. Hope you and your 19 cats rot in your own pit of misery for eternity.
His new flame is obese with child.
Obese with child. A massive, swollen gargantuan of a woman. So the other woman will face no consequences for murdering an innocent life, and he's got an upgrade. So let's face it, it's difficult.
And his girlfriend is pregnant?
Yeah. You see, when a man loves a woman who isn't a psychotic bitch...
I tried ad nauseum to convince him that he was making a mistake.
He was. He probably just knew he wouldn't win. He's nicer than anyone else in that room, and that's his weakness.
And I was so looking forward to crushing you in court, I guess I'll have to masturbate about something else until next time.
Have you tried installing a new washing machine?
Sometimes winning is just as painful as losing.
Like finding out you were so easily replaceable. The cheapest and most universally available product on the planet.
No, I'm glad.
I'm glad! I'm so glad! You sound it, love.
Actually relieved. Really, I'm relieved that Maddie's girlfriend is pregnant.
Yeah, I'm so happy. I'm going to go home to my empty house and open a bottle of wine to show how happy I am as I try and vibrate myself into another plane of existence.
Maybe now I can let go of all this guilt I've been carrying around.
No, that'll still be there because, you see, that's what you feel about murdering a child. Even in movies, one of the most universally applicable things is, it's like, look, this hitman, he'll kill anybody. He has absolutely no morals whatsoever. Oh no, they did ask him to murder a baby though, and even he wouldn't sink that low. This has been a feature of our stories for thousands of years, up until about the last 120, where we met people like you.
For denying him the one thing in life he really wanted.
It's not the denying him that's the problem, dear. It's what you did to it.
You know, I know you get this.
I know you're a psychotic bitch. I know you're absolutely pure evil. You'll be coming to hell with me. I know you're just like me.
Motherhood isn't the only path to a meaningful life.
It is for you, love. What are you going to get meaning from? Selling gym memberships? Kim should have gone, well, actually, I was so desperate for them, I stole another man's juices. She knows she's lying. I half wonder whether she's trying to get pregnant just to balance out her back end. It's been ruining my spine being pulled backwards. She's like, oh, I'm gonna have a baby. A stolen baby. So as they're having their celebratory lunch after spending a day ruining more people's lives, the policeman arrived. Have you finally come here to tell me you've arrested him? Can we go somewhere private? I feel like my eyes are about to pop out of my own face. I've never seen anyone with that kind of eye before. It's like out of his skull. It's weird. So he just tells her, the guy you met at that party, he's dead.
He died of a single gunshot wound to the head.
He died falling down the stairs, was tied to a tree, and then shotgunned himself in the back 15 times. We're not ruling anything suspicious. Like, it is possible that he did this to himself. Possible.
A real possibility.
Yeah, we're not sure, actually, dear. It's just what we're thinking at the moment. So, where were you yesterday, actually?
The forensics report isn't conclusive.
And that means we think you might have done it.
They're going to want to talk to you.
And then you're going to have to go, my sons probably did it. Unless, again, it's the twist and it's actually the lawyer that did it to tie up all the loose ends, and she's actually deliberately going around one by one, ruining all of their lives, that she's been planning it for a decade. Which is what I thought was the story, I think in episode 1. If I'm correct, this is the most predictable show ever, and if I'm wrong, that probably should have been the story, let's be honest.
Few questions.
What are you suggesting?
I think she might have killed him.
So, if you'll excuse us.
So if you could kindly head down the clown cervix, we'll see you in the future. So they're like, look, forgive me for not exactly mourning it. But none of them go, but did you do it though? I do kind of want to know if you did it.
Universe has a way of balancing its scales.
Then if I were you, I would be extremely worried. Because it would take a long time to balance yours.
If you ask me,
I didn't.
I'm not sure now's the time to be an arse to your lawyer.
You know, this animal never would have come into my life if it wasn't for you.
It's not her fault. It's definitely his. She broke up a Ponzi scheme. It's hardly as if she wanted this to happen to you. 10 years later. Going home, though, she realizes the suspects are probably in front of me, aren't they?
Tell me it wasn't y'all. Tell me it wasn't y'all.
The reason I don't think it's them is I don't think they're smart enough. I don't think they could physically track him down because she went, that party I went to, and they have no idea what party, who was there. They can't get access to any of the videos or any other records. They didn't have the photos that she had, but they have alibis, kind of.
I was at Taze and Eli came along.
And that's 2 of them that have an actual person. The other one,
Here all night watching black hole videos on YouTube.
I'm not sure that counts as an alibi though, mate. I was alone. You can check my browser history. No, not that one.
Get hard evidence to back up those alibis?
He said he was alone watching YouTube. This is like you using Buzz as an alibi. What's it supposed to say? No wonder he looks miserable and gormless. Another day, another episode of spiteful mutants ruining the world. A time of mystery, murder, and mayhem. But as we're setting up longer-term stories to go alongside the evil cases which they deal with on a weekly basis, quite frankly, I'm looking forward to the next one, because at some time in the very near future, Kim is going to get called on stealing juices from a man. And I don't think anything is going to be more funny than that. Well, not since I found out what she was shoving in her face anyway. But for now, that's it from me. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Like the video if you like the video. Subscribe, more videos like this in the future, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.